What's up, everybody? I'm back again. Just want to drop another video, and today we're going to kind of talk about it'll be a little story time. I think it'll be fun for you. I had a little experience yesterday, and I'll share that with you guys, and how that turned out. And I also want to talk about a couple other things. You know, the McDonald's situation, and you know what they're doing with the Happy Meals. It's you know, us Dragon fans can rejoice a little bit. We got also got the Poke Beach dropped some of the Battle Partners art rares and secret art rares and stuff like that. Some really cool cards. Poke Indy does a really good video talking about them. I just watched it. Like, I was about to make this video and I seen he pop one up and I was like, oh, let me see it. And he showed them and it had some pretty good takes on some of those cards. So check his video out. That's Poke Indy. Check that out. But yeah, we're going to talk about a few things today. So let's just jump into it. So I got accused of being a scalper. Yeah, one of the things that I am trying to fight, one of the things that I hate, and it kind of hurt my feelings. I'm not going to lie, you're not supposed to let that stuff get to you, especially online. You know how the internet is, guys. But because of what I want to do and what I'm trying to build, it really did bother me. So what happened, I think, and you know, I don't want anybody to be angry with this gentleman. I think his anger is a little misplaced. But I was on Facebook, you know, and they show these ads for these companies, and they pretty much advertise scalping. And it kind of gets to a point where you're tired of seeing it. And I eventually commented on a few of them, and I was like, hey, you know, I got a site. I don't have much on the site. My site's pretty bleak right now, you know, but I do got some things under market price. I only marked it up between 8 and 15%, no matter what you see on the site. I paid 8 to 15% less. That's a guarantee. You know, I just kind of like let everybody know I was in the space, I existed. Don't pay the ridiculous prices for these things. Just like I've been saying in my videos, literally the same thing I said in my last video. All of that I put in this thing, and I linked my website to it. And so this gentleman went to my website, and when he got there, he saw that I had a booster box of Surging Sparks for sale for $200. And so he immediately decided I was a scalper, and he went and tried to send like reviews and like 1-star me and like put in things. He never purchased anything, so I don't know why, or he thought that was going to work. But he tried to send it through, and it sent it to me and told me about it, so I got to see the whole thing. But he pretty much was just saying that I was a scalper who jumped on somebody else's post and was advertising my stuff. Like, it made me feel kind of bad, because I was like, that is not my intention. First off, I was just trying to let people know who see these ads like I do all day long that there's other places. And, you know, I linked other people too. So it wasn't like I was trying to be that guy. But it made me feel like that guy, dude. Like, I was like, I don't know, it bothered me. Anyway, so I emailed him. I was just like, you know, after I seen what he said, I emailed him so I could clear it up. And I was like, look, man, I'm transparent about everything I do. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about this stuff. I don't like charging over MSRP for anything. Honestly, I want to charge under MSRP, but I don't have the means to do. I don't have a connection to do that yet. But I'm working on this kind of stuff. Believe me, I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm explaining that to him. You know, like, hey, bro, I paid $180 a piece for those booster boxes, and I'm selling them for $200. That's a 10% markup. That's not scalping. I bought them at market price at the time, because I know that people wanted them, and I wanted them on my site so that people would come to my site maybe. And so I paid the money to get them, and it was $180 at the time. And so I marked it up 10%. I'm making $18 off of that sale. So yeah, keep that in mind. You know, he's mad at me. And mind you, $200 is what I'm charging for it. This is an item that is like, what, $250 shipped right now on TCG Player? Like, it's under market price. So, I mean, it kind of bothered me, and I tried to explain that to him, and he's like, nah, what's wrong with this hobby, and blah, 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 and he went off. And I was like, I mean, I don't know. Selling isn't scalping. There's a difference. That's the point I'm trying to make here. It's like somebody selling, and like I say in all my other videos, somebody being loyal to the customer and being like, look, you know, they're just making their margins. They're not raping you on the price. Like, don't do that. It bothers me. To me, it's as dumb as like saying that investors are ruining the hobby or something like that. Like, that just, it's somebody mad and they need somebody to blame or point their fingers at, and I just don't like it. Anyway, I tried to explain to this guy what was going on, and we ended up not really clearing it up, but he kind of went back on a little bit on what he said. I guess as I explained it, he understood it a little bit more. And I just pretty much said, look, man, it wasn't my intention to jump on somebody else's post and advertise and then make you come over and feel like you got scalped. Like that wasn't, I don't understand. If there's somehow I made you feel like that, I need to take down what I posted because I don't want anyone else to feel like that. I try my best to explain the situation, just like I do in all my videos. I try to explain exactly what I'm doing. And, you know, and he thinks, like what he was saying to me, are you getting it for $95 and you're selling it for $200? Bro, I'm a guy. I'm just a dude. I've made a few sales. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting from nothing. I don't have a distributor. Even if I did have a distributor, I'm pretty sure that distributors are selling that they don't have certain sparks right now. But if they did, they'd be selling it for $175 or something to people. Like they wouldn't be selling. I'm sorry, I almost cussed, but they wouldn't be selling it for $95. I promise. So this guy was just really, he didn't understand how things work, and I didn't want to have to go through and explain everything to him. And if he's watching this or if he sees this, I'm sorry, dude. That was not my intention. If you've seen my videos, then you know by now how I feel about that kind of stuff. So yeah, long story short, I got accused of being a freaking scalper. It hurt my feelings. He tried to give me a 1-star review, which really would have hurt my feelings. Because I really want to fight hard for that 5-star. Great customer service, dude. It's what I'm about. I've done a lot of hospitality work in my life. I've worked in every industry you can freaking think of, from aerospace to helping. I've done everything, man. And customer service is one of the things that I take a lot of pride in. Well, I take pride in everything, but definitely in that. And so it really bothers me when the first reaction he had was like, I know what to do. Phew. So first off, I saw Legendary Cardboard talking about this too. Just watched a video from him, which is really ironic because I was about to talk about this, but he said the same thing. He said like some guy that said a card was different than what it was advertised. You know, like it had some marks on the back or something. And first thing he did was went and bomb his reviews and stuff. Reach out to the seller, man. The guy probably didn't send you the card that way. There's something happened. Maybe there's something you can work out. I don't know. I'm not saying everybody needs 50 chances. I'm just saying, like, you don't, just because you have the power online to click a 1-star, dude, you don't do that to somebody, man. So people are out here working hard for what they got. And it's a hard time in this hobby for a business. I'm sorry. Okay, I know the subject's kind of, I probably lost a bunch of people who done clicked off the video by now. I know I'm just, I'm kind of butthurt about it, guys. I'm not going to lie. But I do want to talk about the McDonald's thing a little bit. They got, I think it's like four cards in a pack or something like that. The theme is dragons. So on the boxes, you got like Dragonite, you got Rayquaza, you got, I think, don't quote me on that one. I'm not sure. I think that's what it was. You got Salamence, Aurora and Moon, one of those. And I'm trying to, and Charizard, of course. Don't go buy a bunch of Happy Meals, guys. First off, these cards aren't hollow, crazy, full art, secret art. No, these cards don't have texture. They might be valuable in a long time from now, but they're just they're just McDonald's and Pokemon making regular looking cards. Now, that being said, there are a couple cards I do want to get. I am a Dragon type fan. Dragonite, you probably noticed, is one of my favorite Pokemon. Charizard is, everybody loves Charizard. There's, Salamence. There's a bunch of them I want to get, the cards I want to get. They have some decent ones. The Umbreon's pretty cool. But don't go in there and buy a bunch of Happy Meals. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste no food. Don't act like that. Go in there and ask them. Say, hey, man, can I get like 10? Can I get 12 of these? Just the toy. I don't want the food. And they'll most likely sell it to you. Don't go in there and buy 30. There's kids that could get that stuff. And, they probably get, 700 to 1,000 of these at a time. So, don't just go in and just buy as many as you can. I've seen people do that. I've lived with people who've done stuff like that. But yeah, don't do that. Just go in, buy maybe 10, 12, 15 maybe. And, maybe go to another McDonald's and do the same thing if you want to get all the cards. I definitely would like to get a few of them and grade them. I think that would have some value down the road. I think, I'd like to have that for the long-term personal collection. So, yeah, that might be a thing for me. I might get a few of them myself. But, you know, there's a way to go about doing that stuff. And please don't go out there wasting food. That really bothers me. And lastly, I want to talk about the Poke Beach. Dropped some pictures from Battle Partners, which really, you know, a lot of cool stuff. And Japanese cards are beautiful, guys. They got great texture. They're awesome. And I've said it a few times that it's better. Now, if we could all read Japanese, we would all be buying, everybody would be buying these cards, but people just can't read them. So I guess that makes them devalued some reason over here. But they're really better. They got texture that's off the hook. They do really cool things with the hollow and with the shininess of the card, with the foilness, the mirror foils, and all the crazy stuff they do. It's really interesting in Japanese. Really what they did with this is I'm going to be honest, I was not anticipating some of these to be as cool as they are. I'm a big fan of anything N's going to be on, so I'm going to love that. The Zoro will look awesome. I'm also a Lily fan, so any card with, I mean, anything with Lily in it, I'm going to like. Just the cutesy way they do. I can say that I do like the anime style of a lot of the cards, the way they went with some of the art in it. They really are pulling out the stops. It's making me more excited for the sets to come, because really they're just knocking it out of the park. You know, ever since Surge and Sparks, and honestly you could argue before, but when Surge and Sparks blew up, it's like they've been dropping heat, man. And I'm glad to be in the hobby right now, even though we can't find any product. I'm hoping that they're fixing those problems now. But yeah, those cards look sick, man. My favorite one, I'd have to say, is Articuno, I think. Yeah, Iris was sick. Articuno, Zoroa. I don't know, a couple of those look really cool. The texture on them look really cool. Dahlia likes the Whale Lord. He looks pretty sick. I was excited to see Brock. I mean, it's pretty plain card, but it's cool to see my boy back in action. But yeah, anything with N or Lily, I'm gonna like. I don't know if I'm not gonna open much of this set. Probably. I might get a little bit for the site if I'm lucky, but I'm not gonna be opening too much of it. I'll buy a few cards once the market settles down, because I imagine with the way things are right now and the way these cards are and the way they look, honestly, the gold cards look crazy. I mean, they look awesome. They got more texture, a little bit more going on than normal gold cards do. They got the trainer and the Pokemon. It's like, it looks really cool. And I expect the market to explode with some of these things at first, but if we wait a little bit, I think that some of those prices will settle, and we might be able to, like, I'm going to just buy the cards I want most likely instead of opening much of this. It's probably going to be hard to find anyway. It looks pretty sick. I'm really excited about the Articuno. It's beautiful, but it really makes me curious about Journey Together. I wonder what they are bringing from this to Journey Together. You know, like, we've already seen N's Reshiram. We've been seeing that for a while, so we know that's coming. Apparently it's going to be coming with the booster boxes. So that's interesting. There'll be a lot of PSA 10s flying around for a bit. That's exciting. I'm just curious what they're taking from this set, and they're going to make promos in English, and what, because they always take a few things out, or give us half a set and half of another set. I don't know. It's interesting how they do it, but I kind of feel like they missed the mark. I don't know. Pokeball Cards has a good video about that, where he's talking about that, and how they give you half of a set in a way. They don't give you half a set, but you feel like something's missing. He explains it better in his video. That's Pokeball Cards. Look him up. He's a good creator too. I love his videos. It's really good. The cards look awesome. Don't go order a bunch of Happy Meals, guys. And selling's not scalping. Try to thank your people who are being loyal to you, and anybody who's just getting their margins and moving on about their day, and they're making sure you're getting your product, and they're sealing it. I mean, and they're protecting it well, making sure the package isn't good. And these guys are, you know, they're doing a good thing for you, and they're not the people out here jacking up the price. Worry about the people making crazy margins. They're charging $200 to $300, $500 margin. Worry about those people, man. Stop giving people a hard time that are just making a living, and barely, you know. I do want to say there's a guy, Poke Brian as well is his name, but Poke BRY Poke Bra. Look him up. He's starting to do the same thing. He's like, I want to say he's in the stage that I'm in, but dude, he's just got so much better flow. I feel like he's just about to explode. Poke Bra, check him out. He's also been giving me some tips and some ideas for equipment and things like that. He's really good with his video creation. It's what he does for a living. He's in that space. So being on this side of the camera is new for him, but I don't know. I'm just check out Poke Bra. He's awesome. Also, check out Pokey video on the cards, Battle Partners cards, because I mean, he made a really good video about them where he shows the cards and he talks about them, and you'll get to see the art and he gives you his take on it. Just check it out. Puggy, and he always, he's always on it. I just watched it and it had me thinking about the cards. That's why I'm even talking about it. Sorry for the super long video. I'm exhausted. I've been working. We did trucks today. I had to wait till the baby's in bed. It's really late at night. I drank a cup of coffee and I still feel like I'm about to fall asleep. So I don't know, this long boring video, but I guess I'll see you guys on the outs. And yeah, be kind to one another and happy collecting, guys.